Hey guys, it's Letitia. Today is Sunday, July 21st, July 20th. I don't know what today is. It's either the 20th or the 21st. Might be the 22nd, who knows. But anyway, just wanted to give you an update on where we are with Bountiful Harvest. So, as you can see, I have popped all of my corn. And now I am starting right here to work on his basket a little bit. And I'm just going to keep going. Right here, you see the start of the lady next to him. I forget what she has in her basket. I think it's mangoes or something like that. But I have finished all of the corn. And as some of you may know, I've been working on this project exclusively since July 3rd. So basically the entire month. And today is the day that I nearly put this in its project bag and pulled something out. Why, you ask? I'll give you one guess. Yeah, that backstitching nearly took me out. I do not like backstitching. Never have. The embrace, the remembrance piece that I did for my dad, that was probably the only project or the first project where I realized that it pays to backstitch as you go, because the amount of backstitching in that project was horrific. If you love backstitching, that was probably like that's your dream project. If you don't like backstitching, that was one where I put out a all points bulletin. If you're doing this project, backstitch as you go, if you don't like backstitching. Now this project, it is for the most part full coverage. There are some single stitches that will go up in this area behind the people. It looks like it might be stars or something. I don't know what they're supposed to symbolize, but there are a bunch of single stitches that go into this negative space. And that's probably my only regret so far with this piece. Had I realized that there was going to be so much negative space in the background, I probably would have chosen a colored fabric, or at least at the very least an off-white or an antique white or ivory, and not just a stark white. But I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. Where was I going with that? I don't even know why I started talking about those stars in the sky. But anyway, back stitching. This is a full coverage piece. That's where I was going. Except for that negative space in the background, this is a full coverage piece. However, unlike Hades or a lot of full coverage pieces, this does have some back stitching. There'll also be back stitching in a little pirate is upside down. There'll also be some back stitching in the basket. I don't believe it'll be as tedious as the corn back stitching was, but that was some serious back stitching right there. And I think it was about maybe on this piece of corn that I just started freestyling. Yeah, all of this was done by the book. Right here is where I kind of just started freestyling. Like I wasn't worried about being exactly 3 stitches over and 4 stitches up to the left. You know what I mean? But when you don't get all up in it, when you get in there, it kind of looks like chicken scratch. But when you zoom out a bit, it does look like corn, and I'm very happy with it. Still in love with this piece, even more so now that I am starting in another area. I'm not sure what direction I'm going in with this piece, if I'm going to keep going down or if I'm going to start to go over. Just going to let it kind of happen organically. For those of you that are going to the New Jersey FLOSSTUBE retreat, you will be seeing this one. And I'll probably be working on it the whole entire weekend. If I get any stitching done, which I fully intend to do. I fully intend to do that. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, this is the only update I have for you guys because it's the only thing I've been working on. For those that are wondering, no, I have not started my small for the retreat. Yes, I still intend to do it. I don't know. I'm going to pull something out of my back pocket by next weekend. That's all I know. I have no idea what it's going to be, what pattern, what fabric. I have no idea because I've been working on this guy. So that is my update for this week, and I'll see you the next time I have something to share. Bye. Hey guys, today is Sunday, August 11th, and here is my update on Bountiful Harvest. So, you can probably see from the last time I recorded any updates on this one. Gotten quite a bit done. This is post-retreat. This is smack dab in the middle of the 24 hours of cross stitch, which 24 hours of cross stitch take 4, which I can confirm at this point that I am not going to successfully complete for the 4th time in a row. There's always next month. It's fine. So I started this, let's talk about the 24 hours of cross stitch. I started this, I think 11 o'clock Friday night. I started my 24-hour stint, my 48-hour stint, I should say. And I started in the basket area. When I started, I only had the purple, and I filled in the green area here. This is the beginning of what I call his Hulk hand, because you'll see once it's completed, this entire section right here is his hand, and I call it a Hulk hand. I also filled in a lot of the turquoise over here for this lady's shirt, and you can kind of see her shirt sleeve here and her neckline. And I'm trying to stay one area at a time, but because I was using the blues peppered in here, I wanted to use up the floss over in this area to start on her shirt. I'm kind of tag teaming between 2 pages right here. So I filled all this in. Fun fact, it never ever fails. But this project has shown me that no matter how hard I try, no matter how hard I try to kit up a pattern and be fully prepared, I will always be short on skein. So when I started this project, there was a sale going on at Joann's. It was right around the 4th of July. I started this on the 3rd. So it was right around the 4th of July. Joann's had a sale, too low to show on DMC. So I went to Joann's and I kitted this up fully, but there were several colors that I didn't have. So at the same time, there was a 40% off your entire cart sale at Michael's. So I placed an order at Michael's because I'm lazy. I placed an order at Michael's with 40% off my entire cart, and I included the missing skeins that I couldn't get at Joann's. All right. So I kitted it up at Joann's. I got the missing floss from Michael's. I also have a full set of DMC in the house. Long story short, why didn't I just use my full set? Because I didn't want to break it up, and you know how we do. We do stupid things like that. Anyway, I'm still short 1 skein. 38.43 is what's supposed to go in these spaces right here, right here. Yeah, this is why we can't have nice things, because 38.43, nowhere to be found. It's the elusive butterfly of this pattern. Nowhere to be found. So instead, I started on the Hulk hands with 33.71, and I'll continue over here to do the outline of her arm, so on and so forth. Yeah, Babs the Boobs butterfly right here, got from Top Knot Stitcher from her pop-up shop at the New Jersey FLOSSTUBE retreat, and my table helped me named her Babs the Butterfly, Babs the Boob Butterfly needle minder, whatever. I don't know. I also got this cool box from Hobby Lobby. Somebody posted it in one of the groups. I want to say it was Garon Totenbag's group. Somebody posted this. This is not my floss. This is the picture on top of the box. And when you open it up and it's got this kind of closure, it's a regular like DMC box. So these are all my colors for this project, of course, except for 38.43. I have my Thread Heaven and my beeswax in here. That's the color that I'm working with right now. I put my little scissors in here. I just thought it was really cool and something nicer to look at than the typical clear plastic boxes that we always have. I've just never seen one like this with the nice wood grain and everything. I think it's just, I don't know what it's made of, but it's hard. I don't want to say it's plastic. It might be one of those, not pressed wood, but heavy cardboard, and it's got this nice little closure. So I just wanted to show that. But these are all my colors. Very pretty, fun to look at. And I pulled some of these out of my master stash. And then some of them were newly bobbinated. So the ones that I purchased to replace what was in my master stash, they're just kind of still in the skeins, thrown back in there, and I'll sort them when I get to it. But yeah, anyway, long update there. Long story short, this is the update on my Bountiful harvest. So I want to keep going on this. I am 1,000%, as if there's such a thing, I am 1,000% addicted to this project. But there is the Rosewood Manor sale coming up on the 15th. And that's being hosted by the Sunshine Stitchers. And I do want to participate in that with the Quaker, oh gosh, what is it called? The one everybody's doing, you know, Quaker Diamonds, Quaker something. That one. I started it a couple of years ago, and I have the motif in the upper left-hand corner done. And that's it. I never touched it again. But I can't find it. It's in a snowman, a huge snowman project bag. I can picture it in my mind's eye. No idea where it is. It's not in the trunk, and the trunk has all of my project bags. The trunk has all of my project bags. It's not in the craft closet. The craft closet has all of my stash, my patterns, and all of that. And projects that are kitted up that aren't in project bags. It's nowhere to be found, so I can't find it. And I'm a little bummed about that. So now I'm on a mission to find it. Because, long story short, that is going to be the project that breaks the cycle with Bountiful Harvest. If I find it. Yeah. All right. That's it for this one. Thanks. Hey kids, long time no see on this bad boy. So this is Prairie Schooler Alphabet. I started it, I don't know how long ago, but I brought it out when Caroline started the Friday Off the Grid group. I don't know how long that group has been in existence. Has it been a year? Has it been 2 years? I don't know. But initially, the plan for this project, because I rarely work on it and I still love it, and it's going to be one of those things that I'm working on when I'm 77. The original plan was to bring this project out every single Friday during the Friday Off the Grid after party, the Friday Off the Grid party. Every Friday night, I would work on this. That has not happened. So when I was packing up projects for the FLOSSTUBE retreat, I came across this one, and I was like, you know what? I should bring this out and start working on it again. And I did. And I still love it because I fell in love with it again while I was at the retreat. And I worked on 3 things while I was there. I worked on my smalls finish, a Biscornu, my first Biscornu. I worked on Bountiful Harvest, and I worked on this one. So when I started, I had the majority of this top bird completed, but the middle of his belly was not yet finished. So I finished the middle of his belly, and then I did these 2 birds here. I still have to do their legs and their beaks in the apple pie. And that's the start of another bird. There is a boo-boo in this apple pie that is going to stay there forever because 1/1 on 28 count. We're not even going there. So this is the start of the apple pie. And that's as far as I got. I also said I was going to bring this back out for the Friday off the grid party every Friday. That didn't happen. We had a party Friday night, right? Well, obviously it's every Friday night, but I didn't bring it out. I was still working on Bountiful Harvest, and let's be honest, I didn't even pull Bountiful Harvest out until 11 o'clock at night, or 11:30 at night. So I think I worked on it for half an hour. Anyway, so here is some progress on this one. I still love it. B is for Blackbird. It's going to be changed to B is for Beckett, because B is for Beckett. Yeah, so I just wanted to give you a quick update here on this guy. Don't know when I'll be bringing him back out, because if I ever find the Rosewood Manor piece that I'm going to work on for the South starting on August 15th, I might copy Gary and just work on that on Friday nights. I don't know. This is part of the problem when you have more stash than you have time, and days in the week and days in the year. But anyway, I still love this apparently, and I will get back to it eventually, but I just wanted to show you guys this little update. Teeny tiny stitches, 1/1 on 28 count, and I am going to be doing this on one sheet, one piece of fabric altogether. And I was speaking with Caroline at the retreat, and I was telling her I have no idea what I'm going to do with this, and she gave me such a wonderful idea that I would turn this into an Afghan or a quilt or a blanket, whatever you want to call it. But this piece, this fabric, once completed, would be sewn onto a piece of bigger fabric to make a quilt. And that could be something that I drape on the back of my stitchy chair. Right now, my stitchy chair has an Afghan that I crocheted at least 12, 15 years ago. And the cats love it, so they sleep on that. It's draped over the back of the chair, but I thought that this would be a beautiful piece to drape over the back of my stitchy chair once it's finished, and or maybe make it into a blanket wall hanging. I don't know, but I love the idea of putting it on a blanket. So when I'm 77 and I finish this, that's what it'll be. Or Caroline, I might just hang it on our tapestry wall. We'll see how things go. Bye. Hey guys, today is Friday, July 26th, and I just got home to this package from 1884 Stitchery, owned and operated by our beloved McKenna. Let me tell you, the last time I ordered an Owl Forest embroidery kit, it was directly from the seller, from their website in Russia. And it took so long to arrive that I thought that it was lost, that it took like forever. So if you guys want an Owl Forest embroidery kit, McKenna's your best bet, because I think her sale went up on Saturday at noon, her time, and I wasn't able to go online on Saturday, but I was able to go online on Sunday, and this is the kit that I've been waiting for. This is the large Atlantis kit. So it's got a whole lot going on in there, and I love it. I will probably change the fabric. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a visitor any second now, because there's a little fur ball that's lingering nearby. But anyway, I went on her site on Sunday, fairly late, I think. It was fairly late in the day, and lo and behold, this was there. I don't know if it was the only one she had, but it was there. And I ordered it, and it was in my mailbox today. So I haven't opened it. I cut the little piece of plastic that seals it up, but I haven't opened it, and I thought I would do an unboxing so people can see what comes in the Owl Forest embroidery kits, because the whale that I have was kitted up beautifully. I was very shocked. So here we go. All right, so the first thing we see here are 3 needle minders, and their needle minders tend to match the theme on the pattern. So you see the octopus, I was about to say a jelly bean, a jellyfish, and a seahorse. So I have 3 needle minders, and They're on a piece of cardboard, and I think 3 stickers. I think those are just stickers. But yeah, those are my 3 needle minders. So that right there is a pretty cool deal. You get 3 needle minders in your kit with your needle. And then you get the beautiful threads. And they're already on bobbins with twine, which I think is kind of cool. Let me back up. I don't know why it was so close. So they each come on their own bobbins with some twine. And those are the colors. They're all variegated. So you see the hunter green and the blues and the very pale icy blues. And it looks like chocolate mint because it's green and blue, and some pumpkin-y colors. And yeah, this is pretty accurate. And then you get an owl forest little pamphlet. What is this? One hand, folks, one hand. Oh, cross stitch directions, which I desperately need. Oh, I think it even shows you how to stitch with variegated thread. And the instructions come in both Russian and English. So I think here it's showing you different ways to stitch with variegated thread, I guess. Or maybe it's showing the front and back or what it looks like when you stitch certain ways, which is kind of cool. I'll look at that later. Some little light reading there. And then you get your piece of fabric, which is nice. The last one I got was for the whale was, it looked like it was hand dyed, or maybe it was, back up so you can get a better color of that fabric, because close up it looks lighter than, actually, no, that dark blue right there is kind of what it is. It's like a, what do you call it? Not a cornflower blue, like, I want to say like an army blue. That's not correct. It's like a dusty blue. Yeah, dusty gray blue. But the one I got for the whale was, looked like it was hand dyed, but it was only on one side. So I guess it was, I don't know, printed like they do with the vintage country mocha on 25 count. It's only on one side. There's the fabric. And this is the chart. I assume. Yeah, that's the chart. That's that. So that is the Owl Forest embroidery kit. And I'm not sure how big. The pattern is fairly large. I think it's like 21 inches long. I don't know why I'm trying to open this up one-handed with God, the cat. Cat butt. He's trying to fit in the box. Frankie. Say hi to your friends. Frankie. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi, sweet boy. This is sweet Frankie Winky. Okay, enough of that. So here is, oh. It's a fairly long piece of fabric, huh? Okay, yeah, that's like 2 feet long. Okay, so I'll be stitching this sideways on the scroll frames. But it's a nice piece of fabric. I think it's 32 count. Looks like an even weave. Yeah, it looks like an even weave. The edges come serged. It's a little bit darker than what it's showing up. Yeah. So yeah, that's the Owl Forest embroidery kit. And I'm very pleased and I'm very happy. So thank you, McKenna, for your service and for shipping this out to me so quickly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to stitch it on that color blue. I like the fabric though. I just don't think I'm going to stitch it on that color blue because I want these colors to pop a little bit more. If I was really sassy, I might consider black. I don't know. What colors will look good with this palette? Maybe even like a good old-fashioned white. You know, I think that pattern might look good on white. Right? I don't know. I want something where that jellyfish can pop because that's not white. That's like an icy blue. So maybe black. I don't know. Maybe a mushroom. I don't know. But I don't think I want it on that blue because it's a little too matchy for me. I think that looks great. Like a perfect example is Minnie's whale that she's doing. The fabric that the whale came with is really nice, but I love the fabric that she chose. I think she chose a different fabric. Maybe she used the one that came in the kit and it was just a different color fabric that she got. I'm really not sure, to be honest with you. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to change this up. But I still like the fabric and I'll use it for something else, but stay tuned on that one. Maybe a chocolate brown. Ooh. Maybe a chocolate brown. Yeah, it doesn't matter because I'm like not stitching on this anytime soon. Why? Because I have a small that I need to finish because the retreat is in 6 days. It's in 6 days, people. Yeah. All right, so I'm about to brew myself a cup of coffee. No, I'm not. I'm about to get some ice water and participate in the Friday Off the Grid party. So that's it for now. Just wanted to share. All right, bye. Hey guys, today is Friday, July 26th, and I just wanted to show you real quick what I'm working on tonight for the Friday Off the Grid party. So this is my New Jersey small. By the time this video is uploaded, this would have been completed, so I am just sharing my progress with you, and I'm going to go ahead and be open about what it is. I am making my very first Biscornu. So this is the lace coin Biscornu. I don't recall the name of the shop that I purchased the pattern from on Etsy, but it was a very inexpensive pattern. It was like $4, but I will link that information below, and I will insert a picture of what it looks like here. And this is my start. So this is stitched on, I'm using Stitch from Stash. This is a piece of Golden Honey 32 count even weave from Silk Weavers, and this square is about 4 inches square. And this is the floss that I'm using. This is a hank of silk from Silks for You. I will link below what the number is. But is that not delicious? My God, look at those colors. Oh, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Teals, peaches, pinks, blues, purples, greens. I'm in love. And you know it's a good sign when you start stitching it and you already want to keep it, right? That's a good sign. So here is my meager beginning. And I think just for funsies, I am going to record again after the Off the Grid party. I don't know if I'm doing it for the full 6 to 12, but I'm probably going to start stitching in a little bit. I just came home from work, so I'm winding down, about to put the caftan on, you know the drill. And then I'll get to stitching, have some dinner, listen to an audiobook, just wind down from quite a week. And I'll show you where I finished up on this puppy, and hopefully I will have it finished in time. But I've never made a Biscornu, and I think I'm going to do something different. The pattern doesn't call for any beads, but I love how Biscornus look when beads are attached. So I'm thinking right here in this negative space right here, I'm going to, like every other hole or every other space where a stitch will go, you know what I'm trying to say, I'll stick a bead just to put a little bit of bling on it and use beads from my stash. I'm not buying anything additional for this other than obviously the pattern, but like I said, the pattern was like $4. So I'm looking forward to this and seeing how my first Biscornu comes out. And on the bottom, there's a lot of negative space in the middle. There's like designs in the four corners and of course the border for the bottom piece. So I think in between there, like on the outer edges, I'm going to stitch New Jersey Floss Tube Retreat 2019 and put my initials on there. I think that'll be a nice little touch. We'll see. Yeah, so there you go. So I'll see you guys in a few hours and show you what I did. All right, bye. Today is Saturday, July 27th. I had to think about it. And here is my progress from the Friday night off the grid party. I've also added a little needle minder from the Owl Forest Embroidery Atlantis kit that I received yesterday. And as you can see, I have finished the first medallion and I'm working on the insides. Now what you don't see is that, just to keep things interesting, I had to frog from here, this center, this right here on the outer circle, all the way back here. Yeah, at like 10:30 at night. So that was interesting. That was fun. I didn't move this line of stitches right here over one. They were continuously going down under this block right here. So that was a hot mess. Yeah. Yep. So I'm loving this floss. This is Silks for You, PR 140. I didn't have that information when I showed it yesterday. I put it in a plastic bag, so there's a bit of a glare there. But I posted it, my progress in the Friday Off the Grid group, the starting progress, and automatically 3 people were like, what floss is that? I was like, oh my God, I didn't even say what this was. I put this beautiful floss out here for the world to see and kept secrets. So yeah, this is Silks for You, P like Paul, R140. My assumption, oh look, my nail polish matches. My assumption is she sold a few of these last night, because I also posted it in the stories on Instagram. It really is a beautiful hank of floss. Pretty much goes with any fabric and appeals to the color needs of any stitcher. But anyway, appeals to the color needs of any stitcher. Who says that? Anyway, here is my progress from the party. It is Saturday morning, nice and early. I have a face mask on, so I'm getting ready to sip my coffee, listen to a little bit of The Haunting of Hill House, get some stitches in. Yeah, because I now have 5 days. 5 days. Bye. Guys, me again. Quick little update on my Biscornu. So you can see I have completely finished this motif here. And let's see, that's a little better. I think I'm trying to get that shadow out. So there you go. Completely finished this motif here. I'm very glad. There was a little light spot right here in the fabric, and I was a little nervous about that being very noticeable, but as you can see, blended right in, stitched over the spot where it seemed to be really noticeable. So that's perfect. So over here I have started the next motif. It's exactly the same as that one. There are 4 of them, so there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and this will be the top of the Biscornu. But I think just to add some depth and hopefully make this stitch a little quicker, to be honest with you, I have to do, there's a cross in the middle with like a little diamond shaped motif right here. I think I'm going to go ahead and do all of that with a tweeted effect, meaning instead of doing the stitches one at a time, so which really displays the beautiful colorway in this floss, I think I'm going to do one leg at a time and then go back and cross them. So it'll be this really funky tweeted effect with the variegated floss, and it'll look different even though it's the same, but of course the colors will still be complementary because it's the same exact floss. So that's one of the fun things about using variegated floss, especially floss with such obvious variegation. There's different ways to stitch with it and get a totally different effect. So I am watching my friend on FLOSSTUBE right now, Caroline off the Grid Needle Arts, and I am going to go ahead and replenish my coffee and hit the play button and continue my visit with her, and I'll come back and show you how that looks. And hopefully I'll get that cross done today, because why? Retreat is coming. Yeah. Bye. All right, guys, just popping in here to let you know, I wish with all my heart and soul that I did it this way the whole time. Didn't that look weird? That looks really weird. But I wish I did it this way the whole time with this tweeted look, because it looks great, number one. Except for that, that's weird to me. And it's going so much faster than doing one at a time up here. Like, I actually thought about taking it all out and just doing it that way, but I won't. I'm still going to do the 4 circles, 1 X at a time, but you can bet your bottom dollar the bottom part of the Biscornu is going to be the tweeted, because how cool is that? I have to go back and do the top legs over here. But I love how the colors run into one another, and it still complements like the solid band down here. I just love that. Look at that. Except for that, no more blue on top of yellow. Well, no, because I did the blue on top of the yellow over here. Why does that look weird? Maybe I'm being overly critical, probably. Also, I'm like zoomed all the way in. Who looks at it like that? So there's my update. I'm going to keep going. I'm thinking I'm going to finish this cross tonight, which is crazy because it took me a day and a half to do 1 circle in a border. But that's neither here nor there. All right, another update coming at you soon. Good morning. Today is Sunday, July 28th, I think. And I have finished my cross on the inside and started my 3rd medallion down there and finished this one up here. So as I mentioned in the last segment, I did the cross differently. The medallions, I'm doing 1 full stitch at a time, and you see how the color is pretty uniform. But here I did 1 leg at a time and went back and crossed it, and it gives a very nice dimension, not a nice dimension, but a different colorway, but still complementary to the medallions. So today I am working on finishing this medallion, finishing this one, and then I work on the bottom at the Biscornu, which is the square, obviously the square border, and 4 little motifs in each corner, and then it has a bunch of negative space in the middle. Now what I'm thinking about doing, I definitely want to put FLOSSTUBE Retreat, New Jersey FLOSSTUBE Retreat 2019 on the bottom, especially since there's so much negative space in the middle. But I think I want to give a little wink and a nod to Michelle Bendy and Diana. It is Kismet Stitches by stitching It's You I Like. But I'm going to make it really small. I'm thinking of doing it 1/1. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. 1/1 on 32 count. And just putting it in there, just to give that a little wink and a nudge and make sure whoever receives it knows that I like them. So something else that I decided to do was I cut the hank of the Silk for You floss in half. Not in half, but it comes in a continuous loop. So I cut it in half to create, I think the lengths are about 2 feet long. Yeah, they're about 2 feet, 24 inches long. And I took 10 of those lengths to create a small skein. This is definitely, like I said, these lengths are about 2 feet long, and these are 10 lengths twisted up into this skein. So whomever receives this will have this Silks for You PR 140 to try out. I don't think that it is enough. I mean, it might be enough for a small project. It's definitely, I think it's equivalent to a regular skein, I think. But if they wanted to stitch a scissor fob or something to go along with this Biscornu, or if they just wanted to put it into a project of their choice and add some complementary colors, because there are many colors in here. I think it's just such a beautiful colorway, and maybe it'll be somebody that's never tried Silks for You, or just somebody that loves these colors, and I don't know, just that it would be a nice addition to the gift itself. So that's where we are. And it's Sunday morning, so I'm doing what I typically do on Sunday morning, which is watching the Sunshine Stitchers, followed by Stitch All the Things. I watched Michelle Bendy yesterday, and she gave a great book review on a book called Midwinter's Blood. So I might check that out because I was intrigued by the review she left. She made it sound like it's something I needed to read. Yeah, so that's what's happening this morning. And yeah, it's also High Tea Sunday. So maybe if I get all the stitching done on this Biscornu, I still have the bottom to do. I'll celebrate with a proper high tea start. I think with the bottom, I am going to stitch the entire bottom using this technique with one leg at a time and then go back and stitch the other leg. Not only because I really like how it works up, but also when the Biscornu is attached, there'll be 2 different dimensions in the border. So you have the top border that's all the solid stitching, and then the bottom border that'll look like that. And I think it'll look cool up against each other, and it'll make the bottom piece go a lot quicker. So the bottom piece is the border with 4 motifs in each corner, and then there's nothing but negative space in the middle. So I'm definitely going to stitch in the middle New Jersey FLOSSTUBE Retreat 2019. I'm thinking of giving a wink and a nod to Michelle Bendy and Diana It Is Kismet Stitches by stitching It's You I Like, very small, 1/1 on 32 count, and just making sure that whomever receives it knows that I like them. I think that'll be a nice little wink and a nod to the movement that they've created. I've already stitched one. I think I stitched it on 18 count Ada, and I posted it on my Instagram. So this will be the second time I do It's You That I Like, or It's You I Like. So yeah, there's my update, and I'll see you guys next time with how the day ended. Bye. Hey guys, it is me. I have finished the top of my Biscornu. Yay! So here it is. I think I'm going to put beads here in this negative space every other stitch, not 100% beads. I think. I'm not sure yet. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do, but I think I want to wait to stitch the bottom so at least I know I have all the stitching done, because obviously that's what's more important. And depending on how much time I have left, it's Sunday night, between now and Thursday morning when I leave, I would preferably not be stitching on this on Thursday. But I am quite tickled by how this came out. Really happy with it. Really quite beautiful. So I've never assembled a Biscornu. So that will be interesting, but I'm excited. And like I said, I am going to do all the bottom leg and then go back and do all the top legs for the bottom piece. So that'll be a nice contrast and stitching it one stitch at a time, because that is extremely time consuming. And I got this whole middle cross done in like no time. So that's definitely the way that I'm going to do it. These stitches right here, the blue on top of the yellow, still look weird to me, and I can't quite pinpoint why they look weird. They just do. I think it's something to do with the fact that, like, see how these stitches are tweeted and you can see that they're tweeted? These don't look to have that tweety effect. These look like both of the pieces of floss were the same color. So when they lay down, they just look not as blended as the rest. They look more solid, so it seems to stand out. But I'm very happy with this. Not happy with that color that's in the middle because it looks like I forgot the stitch. But I may or may not put beads on top of those middle sections anyway. So we shall see. But there is the top part of my Biscornu. Just for an update on the other things that I was talking about earlier, I did not start the audiobook Midwinter's Blood, as I mentioned, because I got caught up in Orange is the New Black. Final season, I didn't even know it was coming out. The final season aired on Friday, and I finished it tonight, Sunday night. Cried like a baby, ugly cried, all the things. So there are no tears in this Biscornu, so whomever received it, it's okay. There's no tears in here. Yeah, so that's it. So the next time you see an update, it'll be on the bottom half. Talk to you later. Hey guys, it is Monday night. Don't know what time it is. It's late, and I just picked up the stitching for the day. So I'm a little tired, but I'm just doing some mindless square border work while I watch Dina have stitch cross stitch, who I'm going to see in just a few short days. But I wanted to share a little tip when you're working on borders. This border is 63 by 63, and that can be a lot to count and leaves a lot of room for error. So what I do when I'm stitching large borders, this is a small one obviously, but when I'm stitching, like, say for example, a long dog sampler border, especially if it is all one color, or even if it's not, depending on how I'm stitching it, or if there's 2 rows in the border, I will stitch 9 stitches and then leave that 10th one blank, so I don't have to go back to the beginning to count. I just count how many sections of 9. So you can see right there it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 3. So that's a very quick and easy way for me to do long borders and ensure that my count is right and that the borders always match up. So I just wanted to share that quick tip while I was thinking about it, and now I'm going back to stitching. Bye. Hey guys, so I am recording at the New Jersey FLOSSTUBE retreat. Today is Saturday, August 2nd, I think. This is the finished Biscornu. I actually had to confiscate this from the smalls exchange table because I forgot to take a picture of it. I didn't record it, how it turned out. Nothing. I finished it yesterday at retreat. You see on the bottom, I recorded New Jersey FLOSSTUBE retreat 2019 and put my LB on there. But this is how it turned out, and this is the lace coin Biscornu by Fireside Hobbies on Etsy. Stitched using Silks for You, colorway PR140. I'll link that below. And it's stitched 2/2 on 32 count even weave by Silk Weavers in Golden Honey. This is my very first Biscornu. Big shout out to, oh my goodness, wait a minute, what is that about? Why does that look like that? Okay, sorry. Have to look at that. First Biscornu, guys. So big shout out to Ginger Gerald Stitcher, who kind of helped talk me through some of the finer points of assembling this, because I had never assembled one, and it was so much easier than I thought. When I went into Needleworker's Delight, which was my very first stop on the retreat on Thursday, I picked up a charm to go right there. But I must not have, I didn't pay for it and I didn't receive it. So it must have been like put on the counter, or maybe I dropped it or something, but I think I put it on the counter and it was overlooked. But it was fine because I have my blue Moroccan lace with me, and I was able to get a quick little bead out of there to put in that center point. But even if I didn't have the bead, I would have put in some French knots or something just to give it that appearance of a bead. So there it is. And this is stuffed with brown rice. So I'm pretty happy with it. I like stuffing it with rice. I like the feeling of it. The only thing I would do differently next time is just use probably regular white rice to stuff it. I grabbed brown rice because it's what I grabbed out of my pantry. I had a bag of walnut shells, but I don't know where they are. Why does it look like this is coming apart? I gotta work on that. It looks like it's coming apart right here. Wait a minute. Yep, I can see rice, so I gotta fix that. Oh, I'm glad I confiscated it. Jeez. Anyway, real life, folks. So yeah, I had to confiscate it from the smalls table, but it's a blessing in disguise because it looks like I have to work on something right there. But yeah, first Biscornu all done. Pretty proud of it. And there you go. Yeah, I really gotta fix that. It looks like it's really come undone there, doesn't it? Yeah, I'll fix that right now. All right, that's it. Bye.
Maybe we misunderstood it because we had the same version you did. That's Stranger Things. Even when I signed up for the show, they were like, oh, it's like, well, there was one at like 10 o'clock, then 12 o'clock. So I'm thinking, okay, well, every 2 hours. It's going to drop off the bus. I'll be right back. Alright, we're I think going to try to organize to do something about food. Okay, so you guys are like me when I go. No, it's been a long time since it takes us like 2 hours to figure out where we're going to go.
I'm obsessed with this floss. This is DMC 111 Broadway Stitch or Stitch This. I'm obsessed with it.
There's a whole bunch of different like takeout places. We've done that. Okay, and then like just pick one out of the box and then just go with that. Because we have done that. Oh, they're driving crazy.
Now, here's a question.
That's okay. Those guys are all kind of effed up.
Do you remember very Claire, before she goes back, she's looking out the window and she's seeing the man outside the window. Who is that?
Wow.
Was it on Halloween?
We were over by the phone and all those milk we turned the corner and they all we turned the corner and
It's like you don't even see the end. Like look, it's like it's like they just always
Do we have a fresh finish?
fresh finish.
Hot off the frames.
Bring it all.
This is Melissa with her fresh finish. What is this? What's Needleworker? By who did this?
Country Cottage?
Country Cottage? No pressure, no pressure. They're not watching. Hot. Did you do the clacker?
Oh yeah, I did that.
We missed the clacker.
I love the books, but I really enjoyed it. I didn't watch the last season yet, but I saw spoilers and it was it's very sad when it's like oh, thank you for taking, for rushing. And still hard.
Look at that. It's punch needle right there.
And then when they went off, book, I got it.
Well, how long has it been since your last book?
Starting years ago.
8 years late, but how long has it been? I'm sitting out there with trying to put
Sorry.
Well, I was just planning to see that it was going to take 2020 to the next year because the SEC it takes so long.
Oh, I definitely got my clothes for the. Oh yeah, I guess we should answer 2011. So 8 years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Raffle stuff over here. This is the raffle table. Bags being given away. Ever tote bags. Stitch all the things. Books being given away. This is the raffle that goes to the No Kill Animal Shelter in the name of Arlene's parents. So all of these items are being donated by fellow stitchers. Gentle Art sampler threads. Do you guys want to be on the video? Got a couple of stragglers over here. Troublemakers. Everybody donated. All of these people donated all of these lovely gifts for this cause. So Arlene's selling raffle tickets, and you put your, there's a friendly price right there, Momly bag. And there'll be a raffle later on this evening to see who wins, but hopefully Arlene met her goal. Okay, and there's a Man of the Month design. Wonder who's going to win that.
I needed that.
And this is our smalls exchange. Oh, look, there's a raffle item for you. Cool. Ooh, beautiful. Needleworker system. Get my thumb off the camera. Needleworker system for sale. There's our smalls exchange table.
She'll just do a couple of masks while she's doing it.
Beautifully wrapped.
I just hope you blow when you open it. And other feelings all over the world.